Hello and welcome in this tutorial about Substance Painter. So today we're gonna look at Substance Painter. This software is a software for painting textures and have a lot of procedural and baking systems and algorithm, very useful to do some very cool stuff very fast. So we're just gonna take an object we have. Let's for example take so I'm gonna put an object on the tutorial. So let's see if I can grab it. So we're just gonna do file, new project, new, and here on the template we use sail. So there's multiple templates. This template is basically how you're gonna do your textures. We want to use the PBR metallic roughness and we're gonna select the file and take let's take the alien O2. So I'm gonna put this character, this bust in the file project, so you can train with this for the next course in Substance and for ZBrush as well. So what we want here is we want to start doing some textures. So first, how we will navigate, Alt and left click is for rotating on the workspace. As you see here, we can see we can rotate around the character, around the object. We can do Alt and right click to zoom and dezoom. So it's very similar as all the software. They want to keep always the same kind of way. and we're gonna see some other shortcuts later on. So when you see this white dot like this, it means you are on the paint mode. So you have the size, the flow, the stroke opacity, the spacing, and you have the layer here. So here you have a basic layer 1. So this is the one we want to paint on. And here on the side you can see you have multiple channels. So you have the brush size, flow, and stroke opacity like here, and you have always some jitter if you want more stuff happening randomly. The alpha on the brush, and you can see here is painting color, earth, roughness, metal, and normals. And you can see the color here. So on the base color, you can click here and select, for example, red. So it's in the properties of the paint. If you don't have the windows like this, make sure you can do to reset the UI like this. So you reset and you're gonna have again this. So you want layers on the side, texture set list, and properties paint here. So when you paint here, you see we have some red coming. So I'm clicking with left click on my character, and here we see the paint is coming from this brush. If we create a new layer, so it's here, the plus with the 3 calc here, we have a new layer, and we can create some blue, for example, and add a layer of blue. And as the system of layer is on top, so you can remove, play with, and organize your work this way. Okay, so the size, for the size of the brush, see, very small if you want. As well the flow, so how it's gonna conduct. And the stroke opacity, if you want, there's 0, there is nothing doing. And here you can see it's a bit less and a bit more intense. Okay, spacing basically is the way you're gonna space. This is going to do some dots now. So those dots come from the fact this is a lot of spacing, see, but if you put no spacing or small spacing, it's gonna do an array like this. Okay, so this is the way to paint on Substance using the paint. Okay, so these 4 attributes here, you can find them on the top here. As you see the flow, you see as well moving on the top here on the same time, spacing and stuff. Okay, so we can remove layers here, create new ones, and play with that. Okay, so this is for the paint attribute. as Mudbox, maybe we want to project some stuff. So we can have this. Click here, and this is the projection tool. We want to project something specific. So we can maybe go in where we can go on textures here and see we can find some textures. So if we do this, you can choose the tile here, and here on the alpha, so this is still the alpha of the brush. So basically we're going to do maybe the dirt smooth here, but we want to project this texture. Okay. Let's see. Yes. So basically on the base color you click and you choose what you want to put as a texture. So you can click on every type of stuff, and now you're gonna see it's gonna paint with the projection of this texture on the base color. Okay, so if we are here on the projection properties of the projection here, and here you have the alpha of the brush, but you're painting through this base color stuff. So maybe I can put something like the camo, and now we are painting some camo stuff, and we can always play with the size of the brush and with the flow, opacity and stuff. Okay, it's just this square here, say when you paint it's gonna project this image on the character. So this is for the projection. Okay, so I feel better painting in Substance than Mudbox, and as well for the tools we're gonna see later, with a lot of features gonna help you to have an amazing work. Okay, so this is for the projection. Here you have same the capacity, the properties, and here you can see there is multiple color if you want to have another type of camo. You see, so that's pretty cool if you want to do a specific type of camo for your character. Now we're gonna back to painting, and we're just gonna delete this layer, create a new one, and here on the layer mode you can see here there is the fill layer. So the fill layer is just a plain color covering everything. So that's cool if you want to set up a base on your character. Maybe you want a base blue like this, so you can put a fill color and paint on top. So now the fill color is gonna just be on all your shader, all your UVs, and you can work on this. So this is the bucket here with the plus. So this is for like all painting features. Here you can see it's go on the certain type of UV. There is just one set of UV here, and if we want we can play now with so there's like smudge, clone, material picker. So all this is very like common stuff for paintings. And when you're on the brush here, you maybe want to change the alpha and change like the paintbrush like this, and have like some brush of paint and play with like, I don't know, maybe some type of effect on your character. Okay, so this is for all the painting. So here we are. When you're happy with your painting, you can do file, export textures. So we're gonna export the textures. Here you choose a path. I always use my default project on here, so I can do a default project. Here select the folder, and here when we go export is gonna just, we can open the folder and we can see now we have the maps, we have coloring. So you see the blue and the paint and the white paint. We have also the 8, the metallic, and other stuff. If you want to see all the other channel differently, so here it's like a mix of all the material. If you press C, you're gonna have the color, and if you press C again, you see the 8, roughness, metallic, normal. normal ethane mesh, base color, and if you press M again, you come back to the material. Okay, so this is a good way to see exactly what your color look like when you're gonna address this in your software, and as well for the other stuff. Okay, so that's a good way to start on Substance. And we're just gonna split the video in two parts. So I'm just gonna do a video like this to introduce you to the software. You have here the edit, so same, you can undo and redo, file, save, export the mesh, export the texture, import some resources. So if you want to import, let's say this color I just did, I can open, and I can, here it's on undefined, I can, this is a texture, I can put this on the current project, so the resources where they're gonna go on the current project as a texture, and we can import this. So imagine we lose this work, or we have something from another person, we're gonna use the bucket of fill layer, go into the base now, the basic base color, and select our new texture Alien O2, and it's gonna just add exactly what we painted before. So I import the texture, apply the texture as a fill layer, and it's gonna just fill the layer with this texture, so do exact same job as what we export. So that's a good way to import work from other softwares, another artist, or something already done on what you buy. So this is for the mode. You have the rendering array. So let's go in the array mode. Array mode is a bit of how to say, is the renderer of Substance. Basically is what they put inside the software to create kind of realistic renders you can work with. So it's pretty useful. You can see the maps and you can see what you're doing using this V-Ray stuff. Now I think it crashed, so we're gonna stop the video at this moment, and I'm gonna continue on the next video about viewports and plugins and stuff you can do in Substance. As well, use the material, the procedural material, and the maps. So we're just gonna delete this. If your stuff don't crash, you're gonna see the array. It's like a render view like Maya, but in the Substance. But now we're gonna just close this and come back to show you the material and the next stuff. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video about introducing Substance Painter, and see you in the next video.